Hey everybody, this is Tell the Truth Sports Radio. I'm your host, Ron Fitch. And yesterday I got that wrong. I thought the Rams would beat the Buffalo Bills in overtime. Woo, I was wrong. The Bills pretty much destroyed the Rams. It was 31-10, but it should have been worse. Bills made a couple of silly mistakes in the first half. In the first half, Josh Allen went right down the field. He was 26 of 31, and 297 yards. He was bringing it. Other than the one bad interception, the other one was a drop uh, by Crowder. But this was a well-oiled machine by Buffalo. They were fantastic. They got out to a 10-0 lead. It could have been 17-0. They made a couple of bad mistakes, and they allowed the Rams to get back in. And then when the Rams tied the game, after being thoroughly outplayed with a long 57-yard field goal, 10-10, I said, the champs. They're going to show the Bills. The Bills, they might blow another one. That first drive that led to the touchdown by Josh Allen really set the tone for the second half. That was a big-time drive. Isaiah McKenzie, Josh Allen threw a dart for a touchdown. They shut the Rams down. They got after Stafford. Stafford threw he threw three bad interceptions. Well, there was one he was pressured. The other ones were just bad. They were out of sync. They didn't run it as well. They were off schedule. McVay loves to be on schedule. They were not. The Bills pressured them. Bills got a touchdown to go up 2 scores. All right. Maybe the Rams come back after Allen runs in for a 4-yard. Allen is. I don't want him to run as much, but it's still a great weapon to use. But now that you have Moss and Singletary, and if Cook doesn't fumble the ball, you do have enough of a balance that allows Allen to do what he does best, and that's throw darts and quick hitters. And his brain is as good as his athleticism. He has a little of Peyton Manning and Brady and Breeze and all in Montana, and he has a little bit of Lamar Jackson and Steve Young where he could run and pass. He has a great combination, and that's just making him great right now. And he showed it. And then when it's 3rd and 4, you better have your hardest hitting, quickest linebacker to spy on Allen. Allen caught the ball in the shotgun and ran it in, and they didn't have a chance to stop him for a 4-yard touchdown. Stafford drives the ball down the field, throws another bad interception. And Josh Allen throws a dart, 53-yard dart, the dagger. Stephon Diggs lights up Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey got lit up by Crowder a little bit, and then by Stephon Diggs just torched him for a touchdown. Diggs taps him on the head like, yep. If I were Ramsey, I'd have tapped him back on the head and say, you got me. You got me. I can't even get mad at you. Maybe I'll see you in the Super Bowl. Maybe I'll pay you back, but you got me tonight. You lit me up. You tip your cap off at him. And then that was game. But what I tell you was the biggest difference was Von Miller. And if Von Miller's on the Rams, they're probably a shoe in the repeat. But I guess the Rams said, listen, our system is plug and play. We put all our chips on the table. We pick up these free agents or we pick up these star players. And then if we let them go, we get another guy. We try to coach him up. The Rams better find another guy that if Aaron Donald gets triple team, that's trouble. And Bobby Wagner is more of a great all-around linebacker. But you need – and the Rams, the reason why I'm not throwing dirt on the Rams because of one game, they put all their chips at the table all the time. So they may trade, if they have any more draft pieces, they may trade to see if they get a disgruntled pass rusher on a bad team. They may address that. I'm concerned about the line. With Wentworth gone, his backside protection isn't as good. Von Miller's going around that left tackle like he had a plane to catch. That's a problem because it sped up Stafford, and now he's throwing picks. That's the only weakness of Stafford. If you speed him up a little, he has a tendency to not make the most accurate throws. But and I love Stafford. But The Bills were spectacular yesterday. And, they have the best safeties in football. I was concerned about the cornerback play, but it held up. I trust Leslie Frazier, so they'll get their best corner back from ACL, so they'll be even better. I love Jordan Phillips. Love this dude. Oh my goodness. I mean, he had a sack and a half, but he caused havoc up the middle. I love Boogie Basham. He got a sack. What happens is when you got a spectacular player like a Von Miller, everybody eats now. Now we got to double them. Now you got the star players getting single covered. Now they're getting home. Now you're getting pressure up the middle. Now you're getting pressure up the sides. And what Von Miller does, and I sat and watched him, Von Miller's the type of guy that can go into his bag and show you different moves. Von Miller could go around you. Von Miller could get low and go around you, get the sack. Von Miller could go inside, fake like he's going to go outside. Von Miller can spin. Von Miller, now you're sitting there, all right, as a lineman, I got to think he's going to go on the outside. So let me cheat and kind of shift my body toward the outside. Now Von Miller overpowers you and bulls rush you to the quarterback. Now your whole setup is messed up. That's what they caused havoc with the Bengals. They would have blew the Bengals out if Odell Beckham was healthy. And if Odell Beckham can come back to the Rams, that's going to be big. They need him. Allen Robinson is just got to get the terminology and the system down, and they'll be just fine. But I love Buffalo. Buffalo's in mid-season form. And I told you on my show yesterday that Buffalo was going to take that. Some teams take horrible losses and it finishes them. I knew in my heart Buffalo was going to take that bad loss and say, listen, we're going to come back. I'm going to go back in my childhood. 84 Lakers got a heartbreaking loss. They came back. We're going to get that crown. We're getting back there, and this time we're going to win. Buffalo has that mentality to get that city their first championship after 4 heartbreaking losses and a whole bunch of bad losses. And they're ready. I don't know if they're going to win it all, but they're set up right now to win this thing right now. The only team I think that would have been able to beat them is the Niners. If Deshaun Watson would have just, for lack of a better word, I ain't going to say it. It's a kid's show. If he had just not got into the silly trouble he got into in the bad trouble, they would trade for him. That's a Super Bowl. I don't trust Trey Lance or I don't trust Garoppolo could get you there. He won't. You ain't beating Buffalo with Garoppolo. Now I want to look at the NFL landscape. I love Cincinnati to win. And I think Cincinnati, Baltimore, Cleveland, if they had a decent record and Deshaun Watson's not rusty, they have a chance. But I'm going to just assume they're set up for next year. Pittsburgh and Baltimore are wild card kind of teams. Cincinnati, they're going to all beat each other. I don't think Cincinnati is going to be. When you lose the Super Bowl, and they weren't really built to get there, but they made this miracle run. Now they got to try to go back and try to make another miracle run. I love Burrow. Joe Cool got that. I got it. Chase, I love the team. I don't think they're built yet. I think teams are good. They're going to be on teams' radar, but they're going to get in the playoffs. I think they're a team that gets in the playoffs and loses. I like Jacksonville's my sleeper team. I watched Jacksonville in the preseason. I like their defense. I like the physicality of their team. Lawrence is going to be a lot better. I'll go with Indianapolis, maybe 9 wins. It's Indianapolis and Cincinnati is going to be in that 9-ish win area. I don't think they're going to have a great record. In the West, you have teams that could win 12, 13 games. The problem is they're going to cannibalize each other. I don't think Kansas City makes the playoffs. I think they take a step back. That's hard to recover. 21-3, headed toward 24-3 if you use your thinking cap and just go for the field goal to goal line instead of try to take a ridiculous chance and it ruined them. You don't recover from that. Now, that's a loss you don't recover from for a while. They'll retool. I think Mahomes and Reed got another Super Bowl run in them. I think they're going to fall back a little bit because Denver's a lot better with Wilson and all that talent Denver already had. Great running back, great receivers, great pass rush. But they're an eyelash under the Raiders and Chargers. I had a hard time trying to pick the Raiders and Chargers. I like the Chargers. I want to trust their coach. I got to watch at midseason. I may change my pick to the Raiders. By week 8 or 9, check with me again. But right now, I just like Mac coming there. They're deep, and they got the best safety in football. And they have Herbert, who's one of the best quarterbacks already in football, who's a superstar already. You got some superstars in the AFC at quarterback with Mahomes and Allen, and I'm going to anoint Herbert already as a superstar, and the old superstar in Wilson. Miami is a wild card. I don't think New England's going to make the playoffs. So my wild card contenders are Miami, Baltimore, Pittsburgh. The Raiders are definitely going to make the playoffs. Denver's and the Raiders are definite. Hopefuls are Miami and Pittsburgh. And Baltimore, I would put hopeful because they get injured. Their injuries, I don't trust. Indianapolis is going to win that division. Jacksonville's definitely a hopeful too. I got them down there. And Tennessee is a hopeful. So you got a whole bunch of teams fighting for a few spots. They're all going to be bunched together. And how they play and their AFC record and their head-to-head matchups are going to be key. Now, go to NFC. Dallas or Philadelphia. Forget Washington. I don't like the name. I don't like all that nonsense about that. To me, they're still the Redskins. I don't want to get into that. I don't think the Native Americans, my mom has a Native American blood, okay? Native Americans you could have just kept the Redskins because you got the Braves and the Chiefs still. That was just ridiculous. But then I don't trust Carson Wentz. It's not going to work. I love the Eagles. I love the talent. I love the draft pick. I love everything about them. Dallas is explosive. The Eagles are steady. Do I pick explosion or steady? As of now, I'm going to go Eagles, but it depends on if CeeDee Lamb gets help. If CeeDee Lamb gets help and Zeke can give you good inside running, and their line is okay because they're missing 3 Hall of Famers, and Tyron Smith comes back well, I could go with Dallas because Parsons is a superstar. He's a superstar. But in the North, I like Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers. He said, listen, man, as long as I'm in this division, we're going to win the division. Everybody else fall back. Everybody gets on as being arrogant. He's entertaining though, man. He's a funny dude, man. I don't trust Cousins. I know Minnesota's loaded, but Detroit is my team. Detroit's going to give Philadelphia a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. If not outright beat them. I love Philadelphia for the division. That's a tough game. Detroit, I love Campbell. I love their defense is coming. This is going to eventually be the best defense Detroit's ever had. Detroit, when they've won, they've always had Barry Sanders, Stafford, Megatron. They always had good offenses and decent defense. This is a good defense. They just got to add some pieces on offense. Forget Chicago. I don't know. I'm not a Fields guy yet. Fields got to show me something. I'm not. He doesn't blow me away. They have no talent. No, they got to draft well. It's sad because Chicago has such a great tradition. I like New Orleans over Tampa, and I'm gonna tell you why. The 3 interior linemen of Tampa are not strong. Brady is going through a lot. I don't love. Julio Jones might be washed up. It's just time's up. That was a good run. They were fortunate Cook fumbled the ball, or the Saints would be would have a Super Bowl. The Saints are going to win that division. They're loaded on defense. Thomas is back, ready to be one of the best receivers in all of the sport. But he got his work cut out if you want to be the best. The way Stephon Diggs is looking now. The games I got the Bengals beating the Steelers. That's a good game. I think the Steelers make it within 10. I told you about the Eagles Lions. I like the Dolphins over the Patriots. I'm looking at a game I'm really sicking my teeth into. Because it's early, I got a funny feeling the Giants are going to give the Titans trouble. I like the Vikings over the Packers at home, but they're not winning the division. I like the Chiefs I like the Cardinals at home to beat the Chiefs. Kyler Murray's gonna outduel Mahomes. And the biggest game, I want to break down the biggest game of the week. That is the Cowboys Buccaneers, and the Cowboys are going to upset the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and here's why. I like Lawrence and Parsons and all those dudes getting up the middle pressure on Tom Brady. I like Stephon Diggs to be able to make a player. Stephon Diggs' brother, to make a play or two. And Kellen Moore, this is what he better do, but I'm anticipating him doing this. Because you don't have that star receiver on the other side, I think Dallas is going to watch this game within the game. When you listen to this podcast, watch Dallas use CD Lamb as a type of guy that's going to be in motion like the dude Ramsey Cooper Cup, where they take him in the backfield. They put him on the outside. They put him inside. They look for certain ways to get him in the zone if they're playing the zone. Get quick. Now you're going to be pressured by Shaq Barrett, and Vita Vea stopping the run, and Tampa's front seven, which is solid with David at linebacker, I'm sorry, able to make the pressure and get the job done. But this is what the key is. CeeDee Lamb will be the hero by making plays, beating the zone, beating man. If they're ever getting stupid enough to be in man coverage, if Dak has time, I think they're going to do that. I don't know how much they're going to run against Tampa. They just have to stay on schedule. If it's 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6, Dak can run, so that's a threat. But they can get the ball to Schultz. They get the ball to Lamb. And if somebody else emerges, Dallas will come out victorious, and they'll beat Brady. Now, Brady's going to come out because of all the noise about his wife and all the noise about the relationship and speculation and all that stuff. He will come out trying to talk and throw the ball, because I think Dallas and Parsons, they might sack him. They might pick with him. So Brady will be like, okay. And you'll see that little angry Brady come out all crazy and fired up. But I don't think it's going to be enough in Jerry's world. I think he starts to show his age, because now he's athletic. He's still an assassin. There's about a handful of assassins in sports. He's one of them. And he's going to come out and try to be assassin, but it's not going to be enough. I'm rolling with the Cowboys in an upset. All right, as you see a picture of me and Ben Simmons there on your screen. Hopefully I get to interview him again on the Brooklyn Nets. But I want to finish by talking about college football. It's a slow week. Alabama, Texas. That's kind of a big game. Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Florida, Kentucky. But how does Texas block Alabama's front? See, that's what it comes down to. I don't think Texas is ready yet. Arch Manning is on his way next year. I think that's the kind of quarterback that would give Alabama trouble. I don't think they're quite ready yet, but the Alabama could be a little sloppy on the road. Texas fans going to be crazy. Maybe they play up to their potential. Maybe Robinson can get off a little. I don't think so, but they would need that. They would need Sanders to go off. But Bryce Young is on another level, man. They found their running back, so they run the ball. They're talking about they lose the receivers, but when you have a great quarterback, he makes the other receivers even better. And I think that's what's going to happen with Alabama. They're loaded. They're ready to to right the wrong. Everybody, the experience they had last year, everybody returning. Uh, Georgia is superb. Alabama and Georgia kind of separated themselves so far. I'm a big Pac-12 guy. I like staying up watching them sometimes. They're just an embarrass. They embarrass. I talk about how good they can be, and then they embarrass me. I mean, come on, man. But anyway, the teams that beat Alabama are the running, throwing quarterbacks. The quarterbacks that have a good day throwing, but are dual threats like a Watson, Cam Newton, Johnny Manziel, AK 15 on Florida. That's why I think if Arkansas shores their secondary up, they could be the biggest threat to Alabama because it's going to be on the road. I don't think A&M's ready yet. I have a best friend. He wants Nick Saban's head on a silver platter. He despises Alabama. Nick Saban, well, he didn't like Alabama before, but this gave him a reason to really hate him after the things Nick Saban said, the offseason, all that stuff. But if he wants his wish and his dream of not Alabama not winning, it would have to be Arkansas because I think Alabama cuts through all these other teams all the way to either Georgia or Florida. Because Florida and Georgia, that's a good game. AR-15 could give them, Richardson could give Georgia fits with Georgia's young defense. Even though Georgia looks spectacular against Oregon, it's going to be a little different in the backyard brawl in Jacksonville. That could be an interesting game. But Alabama, I believe they take care of Texas unless they play bad. And Texas at home, it's a 12 o'clock game, you know. But if Alabama does what they're supposed to do and they take care of business, then it's on to the SEC. It's on to the SEC, which I do like.